Morning, everyone. Lighting ESL. Father's responsibility, part 9. Extremely important to understand, part 9. Throughout the interviews, we talked about lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now is lesson 9 when it comes to a father's job. Lesson 9, the baby has come out. The baby's in front of you. The baby's in front of you. Yeah, that split second, you're hoping everything is perfect. 10 toes, 10 fingers. Notice my gloves. Typical operating room gloves. Yeah, nothing unusual, right? I'll take these off. Now, as you look down at your first child or second child or third, you are hoping, of course, everything is perfect. Your child is perfect. His or her 5 senses are perfect. We don't know. Correct? Correct. Within the first 5 minutes of life for your child, a pediatrician usually takes over and gives that baby a little test, right? In other words, how are the eyes doing? How's the hearing? How's the reflexes? How's the sense of touch, etc. No matter what happens in that 5 minutes, it's up to you as the father to acknowledge it, smile like crazy. You may be crying inside, you may be crying on the outside. Either way, you are smiling like crazy. This is part 9 of a father's job. Because now life has started differently for you and your wife and the child. Yeah. You have to stick with your wife, stick with the newborn child, no matter what happens in the near future. Accommodate this person for that. Now, I'm going in a little tangent right now, talk about what if. What if the child is not perfect? What if the child has this issue, or that issue, based on tests in the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes of life? You have to react positively all the way. No excuses whatsoever. Your wife is devastated just like you are, but you have to be strong. I know it's hard. You could be crying on the inside, but not crying on the outside. You have to be strong for your wife and your child. Your child picks up things. In other words, they see you, how you're reacting, even though the child was just born. Your wife looks at you constantly through this issue. The child is not perfect. You might have problems breathing, might have problems seeing, might have problems hearing, whatever. Anything is possible, like I mentioned earlier in part 8, part 7, part 6, and so on. Deal with it. Show maturity. Show initiative, leadership. You are the family household member now. Remember that. You are a group of 3, possibly 4. I'm a twin also. You never know. Again, you have to stand up for yourself and your family, no matter what happens in the next few minutes, based on your child's appearance, his 5 senses or her 5 senses, etc. You have to stand up, because now, what happens now? You're going to take that child a few days out of the hospital and start their new life with you somewhere, in your apartment, house, whatever. So you have to deal with the problem with this or problem with that for your child. You have to accommodate. It may need special chair, it may need special food, special medication, whatever it is. You have to rise up to the occasion. Rise up. Yeah, rise up. Not run away and hide and hope for forgiveness. Your wife's going to come to you and say, why did this happen to me? Why? There's no set rule. There's no set guarantee. I mentioned this before. Having a child and going through 9 months, a lot of unknown is taking place. A pediatrician or a doctor you may see through the 9 months, periodically of course, is only going through what they determine based on x-rays, based on this, based on that test, and so on. In the last few weeks of the 9 months, the doctor will tell you maybe an issue of this, maybe an issue of that. And they hope to cure that issue before the baby is born. However, things happen. Sometimes the baby has bronchial problems, can't breathe properly, can't see properly, can't hear properly, whatever. You have to stay strong. There's lots and lots of medication and cures available now were not available before. Whatever your options are, look at as many options available to help that child. Help that child fit into society around them as it grows. It's very important to you as a father. This is your job. Do not run away from it. I've heard it many times, fathers have run away from the situation. I can't handle it, I can't deal with it. They're cowards. Yeah, in my opinion, they are cowards. They take the easy way out, run away. Easy way out, give this child to this, give this child institution, give this child adoption, whatever. They are running away from their responsibility. And then the wife or mother of the child, both, is totally on their own. They might have financial feedback, they might have financial help from their friends and relatives, financial support, emotional support, you never know. But not always. Not every mother has support. Their family not be in the same country. Again, every scenario is different. This is the what if part of part 9 of a father's job. I want to do this first because not everything is roses and daffodils and candies after a child is born. Anything can happen. The other side of the coin of your responsibility in part 9 is your child is fine. But remember, that child is fine right now. Keep that fineness, keep that happiness, keep that healthy going. Day after day after day, month after month after month, year after year after year. Yeah, because you don't know what's going on in that body. You really don't. That's why we have checkups for the doctor. Every 6 months to a year and so on. Your child might develop, who knows, an ear infection, this infection, that infection. You never know. It's very hard to determine your health of a child. It's just been born. Who knows what's going to happen in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and so on. We don't know. But again, your job here in part 9 of Lightning ESL, your father's job is to take care of that child, no matter what. If you have to take off work, take care of that child, you do it. If you have to take off work, go to the doctor with that child, you do it. Whatever it takes, you do it. Stop making excuses. I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. Leave it up to the wife. Your wife is not a machine. No. Your wife just gave birth, which is the greatest gift there is, to another human being. It is up to you as a father to take over when she can't. She's not always going to be around every second of the day. You have to step up and help this, help that. Yeah, many times your wife might say, oh, it's your turn, the baby's crying, it's your turn. That's right. Get up at 1, get up at 2, get up at 3, get up at 4 a.m. Yeah. Maybe your wife is sick. Who's going to watch the baby? Mother-in-law is not always around. No. The sister and brother-in-law are not always around, and so on. Not everybody has support in the family right next door or besides them. They don't. That's why you have to measure up. You have to, all of a sudden, take over the situation. It's a father's job. Yeah. Every day is precious for a child. Every single day. Of course, you can take lots and lots of pictures. If it's a boy, like I had myself, you want the boy to go into maybe sports, of any kind of sports. If it's a girl, sports also. Yeah. But again, every child is different. Just because you played sports your whole life, or your wife, doesn't mean your child's going to like that. Never force your children into a certain activity they don't want to do. They will tell you in the first 5 minutes, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. What I'm saying is, have them try it. That's all. I'm not saying force, no. Let them try it once, twice, 3 times. If they don't like it, that's fine. Do not force. Okay? Finally, we'll go to lesson number 10 of a father's job. Till next time, thank you very much for listening. This is Lightning ESL. Bye-bye.